I wanted to give a little additional information about some of the things I mentioned yesterday. I mentioned the compost and I mentioned the chickens, but I did not mention that the chickens we want to incorporate and help break down the compost and help feed the chickens all in one. And here's how I'm thinking that'll look. Here's what I was showing you yesterday. We've got our compost pile, a shed where we're gonna start keeping the chickens, and a fenced area here. We plan to extend a fence along here for some more raised hugel mound beds. And then we'll have a channel that comes straight up here where we dump the fresh compost here. The chickens will scratch and get fed a little bit and poop in it, and we'll kind of tumble it and move it down the hill until it ends up as finished compost down there. Also, I showed our leaf bag collections, and I wanted to say, don't put your leaves in plastic bags. I picked these up, and hopefully we'll find something to do with this plastic instead of putting it into the landfill. But the paper bags are good. They have a lot of other uses, and they seem to eventually be biodegradable. I'll show you a little bit of the compost pile down the hill over here.
All right, this is our compost pile at the bottom of the hill. We've had this one here since we moved into the property like 8 years ago. It has never really been successful at being a hot compost pile. I don't know if it's never been big enough. I don't know if it's that we didn't have it like kind of contained well enough. I don't know if it's we didn't have enough carbon or enough nitrogen. The compost pile at the top of the hill that we regularly add large amounts of kitchen scraps from the restaurant to, that one, and we have lots of leaf bags in it, that one did get hot this year. So, and I even tried an experiment of taking a wheelbarrow load from the interior of that compost pile and brought it down to here and ingrained it in the middle of this compost pile. And right after that is when we had a week of snow. So I don't know if that would have made a big difference, but it is breaking down. It's just not hot. So I'm gonna kind of disassemble it and put it back where it was to get some oxygen in there. And we're gonna continue to monitor it. But the thing is, even if it's never a hot compost pile, it's still better than our food scraps going to a landfill. So, and it still does eventually break down. And in this area where we've had it so long, there is really nice soil that I can use as compost.
And lots of worms too.
And there's lots of worms in here.
What are you turning it with?
Oh, this is my, what do you call these, tines?
I would call them tines.
It is a, I guess a hay fork with, what is this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tines? And I like using it for the compost.
Compost has a nice earthy smell to it, so.
It does, it doesn't smell bad. One thing I would have done differently is there's a lot of long grass in here, and I know that it would be breaking down faster if it was chopped up smaller. But anything worth doing is worth doing poorly, right? Is that the same?
I think you're right. All right, well, until next time, it's the East Nashville Food Forest.